students, welcome to Salesforce CMATIC video session 158. So basically in today's video, we will actually try to cover both the maps at one go, which is, the bubble map and the geo map. The bubble map is very simple. It will hardly take me a few minutes to cover, but yeah, geo map, there's a specific thing you have to take into consideration. I may not be able to represent all the countries in the geo map, but I will just show you the approach in which you can actually represent all the countries. Okay, that is fine. And maybe I will take some specific country. Okay. So we will go to the Analytics Studio and we will deal with the same thing which we were dealing earlier. So here, and let me just also duplicate this one. So very quickly, if I just move to this one, that is, the bubble map. Now, as you can see here, first thing is the location. So definitely we can give the billing country, which is fine. Okay. And as you can see, it's completely represented by the bubble size and the bubble color. Okay. And if you go to the formatting option, like nothing much under the bubble, you have all this map type, which we also walked through previously in the previous session. Okay. And the projection type bubble, maximum bubble issue. Fine. So that's the thing. Like, for example, if I make it as 1%, I think 5% was only fine. So that's the thing about this one, and nothing much is there, as you can see. So you can go for, let's say, the sum of amount, and you can go for the bubble color, let's say, the average of amount. Okay, and this is the way it gets represented. Okay, not much thing is there. So that's all about this bubble map, and these are all the options which you have. So you have the location, bubble size, and the bubble color. Okay, so I can very quickly save this. The formatting options under bubble map. Okay. Now, with this being covered, now what we can do is we can go to the next part, okay, which is basically, now this one, I think probably I have to take a different data set, but I will show you what can be done for this one. So let's say I take something like the geo map, for example, okay. Now, as you can see here, for geo map, you need one field for location, two fields for latitude and longitude. Okay, now that's the thing over here. You need actually two fields for latitude and longitude. So what is happening is when you are going for geo map, you have to ensure for each of the countries you map the latitude and longitude properly. Okay, that is something you have to keep in mind. Now, it may not be possible for me, of course, to walk through all the latitudes and longitudes, because that you can just search on your own. But I will tell you, I will show you three countries, how you can map the latitude and longitudes, how you can put it. And, in that way, you can just follow that same procedure for the rest of the countries and automatically will be taken care. So what I will do is I will go to this free session 5 itself. So after going to free session 5, I think I went for account of left join, if I can remember correctly. That is like account of left join. So what I will do is over here, I will just go for this transformation of fields, okay, and I will write one case when statement. Fine. So firstly, what I will do is I will just go to Google, and I will just take three countries now, which is India, USA, and Brazil. So what I will do is I will consider the latitude and longitude of India first. Okay. So let it load. Okay. So here I will just go to this custom formula, and over here let me write here latitude. Okay, and here also let me write latitude. Okay. Now what I will do is I will just find out what is the latitude of three countries as of now. In this way, you have to map for all the countries, but I will take three countries, which is latitude and longitude of India. Okay, I will show you India, USA, and Brazil. So what I will do is I will go for also this USA. Okay, I will go for this USA, and also I will go for the latitude and longitude of Brazil. Okay, so these are the three countries I will take into consideration. Now what I will write is case when my billing country. So this is the billing country, right? Case and billing country is equal to India. So I'm taking the latitude first. So for India, the latitude is like almost 20.5, which is I can consider as 21. Okay. Then it will be 21. Okay. When billing country is equal to USA. Okay. Then what is the latitude for USA? For USA is 38 degree north. So I can consider it as somewhere around 39, okay, which is fine. Else, so the last option which I'm taking is Brazil, okay, or I can write when maybe I can also write else statement because then you have to filter it out, but that's fine. Okay, what I will do is I will just write equal to Brazil, fine. Then basically what is the latitude for Brazil? Now for Brazil it is actually south. So if that north part we are taking positive, the south part you have to take negative. So for Brazil you have to write minus 14.24. Okay. So maybe I can write minus 14.24. Okay. And after that I will just write end. And here basically this is a number field. So I will just go for number. And yeah, I think that's it. I can click on apply. So basically for India, it is 21 as you can see over here. Okay. For USA, it is 38. That's what I've written over here. 38. 38, I mean 39, that's fine. Okay, because it's 38.79. And for Brazil, it is like 14.23, but it is south. That's why I've written minus 14.24. Okay. That is something you have to keep in mind. Now the same thing I will apply for longitude. Okay. So what I will do is I will again create a new custom formula. And here, what I will go for is I will go for longitude. Okay. I will go for longitude. Here also I will go for longitude. Okay. And here, of course, again, the output type will be numbers as well. And here I will just again paste the same thing. And as you can see here, for India, it is 78.96 each. So I can consider it as 79. That is fine. Okay. So I will write here 79. Okay. And for USA, it is 106.53 west. Okay. So that's why I have to write here minus 106.5. Okay. Minus 106.5. Minus it will be minus 106.5. So for US it is minus 106.5, that is as it is west. And for Brazil also it will be like minus 52. Minus 51.9 is like minus 52. So I can directly write minus 52. Okay. So that's the thing what I've written. Now I will click on save once again. Okay. Now what I will do is I will just take these three countries and I will show you how that can be present on the geo map. Okay. Now before I save and then just check one thing. Like here the problem is if you go for this geo map right now, you don't have latitude and longitude. You got my point. So I can anyhow take the locations which is the billing country. That is fine. But I don't have any latitude or longitude for which the map won't get represented. So what will happen is like let's say I go for something like just taking one simple example like sum of amount and average of amount just to take that just to take anything, and let's say I go for bubble size like average of amount. Now the problem here is that the whole country, if you see the whole country got represented, but you are not able to fetch out any points on the geo map, right? So no points are being fetched up on the geo map, so that is of no use for me. So at the end of the day, one thing is that you have to specify the location, so you have to specify the latitude and longitude. Okay, that is one thing you have to do, for which what I have written. Now the same thing I can do for all the countries. Okay, now the problem is like here, for example, if I just go for this one, and if I go for the billing country, there are so many countries as you can see here. So if you map the latitude and longitude of each of the countries, it will work out for you. Okay, but I won't be able to do it in one session, all the things. So what you can do is you can take a few countries which have some maximum. For example, you can take Japan, Canada in from your end. Okay, and USA have already taken. Okay, so you can take Japan and Canada as well specifically. But I will show you for three countries how we can map it, and you have to follow that same procedure for all the countries. You just have to search in Google the way I searched and just map it for all the countries. So maybe you can take some specific 10 countries also, that's up to you. Okay. So what I will do is here I need that part. Fine. So that's why what I've done is basically I've created this latitude and longitude. Fine. Where I've named this as latitude. If you see this field is named as longitude. Okay. And here I have named this field as latitude over here. Fine. Now, of course, with this thing done, I will click on save and run. Okay. I've clicked on save and run, and of course, we will just very quickly monitor this one as well. So yeah, let's monitor this as of now. So as you can see here, this ran successfully. Now what I'm going to do is basically I will just go to that particular thing over here. Okay. And anyhow, I didn't save this. So let me just refresh this once. Okay. And I will go for that same chart type. So here I'm going for this account of left joint, which is fine. I'm going for this chart again. Okay, geo map. Now I will have the latitude longitude. But before displaying the latitude longitude, I will put a filter. Okay, because I'm just going for these three countries. Otherwise, it will mess up the whole chart representation. So first of all, because I only have given the latitude and longitude of three countries, which is India, US, and Brazil. So I will go over here and I will select Brazil. Okay, I will select India and I will select US. Okay, so I'm going for. I will just show you the how you can show on GeoMap for Brazil, India, and USA, and you have to follow that same procedure. So here I will go for filling country right now, which is fine. And what I will do is for the bubble size, maybe I can go for sum of amount. Okay, and for the bubble color, I can go for average of amount. Okay, or maybe for bubble color, I can also go for count of this. That's fine. Okay. And here, basically, I have to go for average. Okay. I have to take the average of the latitude and longitude. So I will go for average of latitude. And in the second one, I will go for average of longitude. Okay. Now, as you can clearly see over here, okay, 1 minute, yeah, okay, as you can see here, like here, basically, this is the USA, okay, this country is nothing but USA. So here it is being represented properly. As you can see here, it's showing you the sum of amount as well as the count of rows. Now, if you see here, this is India, okay, this part is India where my cursor is. Now, here also it's showing you the India part, the point is being shown, the sum of amount as well as the count of rows. And finally, here, this is the country Brazil, if you see, okay. So here also it's showing you the sum of amount and the count of it. So basically with the bubble size, we can ensure like which one is the highest. So as you can see, this is the highest one. That's completely fine. So the sum of amount is highest over here. That's what is represented. And the bubble color is actually showing you like if it is on the lighter side, it will show you light color as you can see here. Okay. And if it is a bit darker, then it's being darker over here. Okay. So that's how this can be represented. And now you can do this for all the countries. Now you can also take Canada. Like in my case, many of the accounts, like as I was showing in one of the charts, the count of users mainly they are in Canada and Japan. So maybe I could have taken that because currently here it's coming happening very light, but which is fine. But at the end of the day, this is being shown up. And of course, after this, you can always go to formatting and play around with the formatting if you want to auto zoom. So now, if you see, like I have auto zoomed this one. Now, if you see, this is India, right? So basically, I hope now it is a bit clear to you. Like this part where my cursor is, this is the map of India. Okay, and yeah, this one is USA. This is clearly visible, which is fine. And this particular part, okay, this particular part is Brazil, and that's where this whole point is being coming up right now. So that's the thing about GeoMap. And other than that, the properties is actually similar what we have earlier. Nothing much is there. But yeah, the main thing is differentiates GeoMap between the other two world map is that you need to have the latitude and longitude positively. Now, when you are calculating the latitude and longitude, you have to create one extra field. Now, if it is not, so basically, you find out in Google the latitude and longitude of each country. That is very simple. Now, if it is not, you have to take plus. If it is south, you have to take minus. So, for example, for India, I've taken 20.5 or whatever the round off value I've taken, but it was positive. For United States, it was a positive. But when it was Brazil, I've taken the negative of it, if you remember. Okay. And for East, you take it positive, and for West, you take it negative. So, for India, it's like positive 78.9. For US, it will be minus 106.53, and similarly for Brazil. And that is something I have like done over here. If you see, okay, that's the thing. Okay, you just have to ensure like north is taken positive, south negative, east positive, and west negative. That's something you have to take care. And this way you can map all the countries. So once you map all the countries, what you have to do basically on the final data set, you have to go for average of latitude and average of longitude. Okay, I have put filter for those two countries because those are covered, but if you calculate for all the countries are going to get mapped in this manner. So that's the advantage of GeoMap. It's a better representation of all the countries to see over here. Okay, if you particularly move the latitude and longitude. Now, another reason why GeoMap is very popular map is because now you can specifically go for each country. For example, for India, if I want to show for certain cities, I can easily do it. Okay, so maybe I can very quickly save it as formatting options under GeoMap. That's the thing I will save it in my recipe data set. So yeah, that was it about this one. I hope you understood about the bubble map and geomap. And yeah, we will meet very soon in the next session where we will understand the difference between these three kinds of maps. Thank you.